repeated several times, showed a figure with antlers or branches for a head. The same creature from the Polaroid. The same figure from the barn drawing. But the most disturbing discovery wasn't what was in the room, it was what had been done to it. Metal loops had been bolted into the walls near the beds, each one attached to a broken chain. The lengths were short, no more than 4 feet. It was clear. This wasn't a shelter. It was a cell. Scratches marked the concrete floor and lower parts of the walls. Desperate, jagged. Someone, likely both girls, had tried to claw their way out. But whoever had kept them there had thought of everything. The bunker was soundproofed with thick padding. No screams would have made it through. And yet, the room was empty. No girls, no captor, no bodies, just remnants. Cold, hollow signs of a disturbing past and a hasty departure. Dust on the floor showed a single set of footprints leading toward the back wall, where another exit had once been sealed with bricks. Freshly cracked mortars suggested it had been opened recently. Someone had been here, possibly watching, waiting, right under the feet of those searching for clues. And just like that, the terrifying realization dawned. The girls may have survived. For a time, but they weren't the only ones who had lived in the dark. The discovery of the bunker lit a fire under the investigation. But it also raised new and far more terrifying questions, namely, who had built it, who had used it, and most of all, where had he gone? The crude drawings, the restraints, and the photo of the masked figure pointed to one person, a man who had stalked, captured, and held 2 girls just beneath the surface of a seemingly innocent farm. But he hadn't left behind a name. No fingerprints. No DNA. It was like he'd never existed at all. Just a shadow that moved through the trees and vanished into the dark. Then came the sightings. Not many, but enough to rattle the town. A hunter in the woods claimed he saw a tall man in tattered clothing moving silently between the trees. A strange mask covering his face, bone white, with long stick-like antlers protruding from the top. A local woman reported someone standing at the edge of her property line, at dusk, unmoving, watching her house for nearly 20 minutes before slipping away. In each account, the figure never approached, never spoke. But the air around him was described the same way. Wrong, heavy, unnatural, like he brought something with him. Something cold. Police chalked it up to hysteria, a psychological ripple effect caused by the resurgence of a horrific case, but deep down, many weren't convinced. The detail that disturbed investigators most came from a gas station's security tape found 40 miles away. 2 weeks after the bunker was found. The footage was grainy. Filmed at 3:17 a.m., a tall figure in a long coat stood outside the store, unmoving, for over 6 minutes. He never entered. He simply stared at the door, his head slightly tilted. In a single frame, as headlights passed,